Okay, we have Indiana, John Sharon, and Louisiana, me, Ronald J. Terrio. And tonight we're looking at Michelob Lager. I've looked at this a few times already, but kind of interesting to keep checking these beers out, get different perspectives, I think. Plus, I had some in the fridge. But what's your experience with Michelob, John?
I'm gonna be a Michelob Lager virgin. This is the first time I ever drank a lager. I used to drink an abundance of the Michelob Light, but do you remember the Golden that come out for a while?
The Golden Draft?
Yeah, the Golden Draft that come out for a while.
It's still around. That's a little different story. We could talk about that in a little while. I have some information on that.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I do. I remember it. In fact, I've had it a few times, quite a few times. Michelob, whatever you want to call it, the original Michelob came out in 1896, and it was an Anheuser-Busch premium brand, right? Like you had Budweiser, and then the big step up was Michelob. And Michelob was interesting because it was only sold on draft now in Michelob bars.
Yeah.
They had special bars that only sold Michelob. And then they had Prohibition hit in 1919, and so that killed that off. And then when they brought it back in 1933, they had these new laws where you can't have a brewery bar.
Yeah.
So that killed that concept. So they just kept making it on draft. And then in 1961, they decided to put it out in bottles. And you know they had those hourglass,
the hourglass bottles until what? Yeah, probably the late 80s, wasn't
it? Those things were around until about 2002, I think.
Oh, I thought it was before then.
No, but they used to have the paper shroud.
Yeah.
They took that off, and then it was just a twist cap without the shroud, and then they went to these more old-style looking bottles.
The traditional bottle that everybody's got today.
Yeah, and then they went to they started offering it in cans in 1967. And you probably remember, you're a little older than me, but not much, but you probably remember all the Michelob commercials they used to have on TV all the time.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
It was very common. And then around 20 years ago, or longer than that, they just stopped.
Yeah. Now it's just bourbon commercials and vodka commercials.
Yeah, no Michelob. And so when you have no advertising attention, then what happens? The popularity drops.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think it actually has been discontinued. It hasn't yet. We can open it if you'd like.
Okay.
I did a little research. You know what the ratings are going to be on Beer Advocate and Rate Beer.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
Now they recommend pouring it straight in. I just looked at the Michelob website, and there's a video where they show.
Yeah.
They say it should be.
I was looking at that myself.
With the lady on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. You got some facts about the beer? Any?
Yeah.
4.8% alcohol. That's similar to the Red Dog we did.
Yeah.
18 bitterness units. I think. Let me check. I believe it's.
Yeah, it's 18. International bitter units is 18. The body on it's a 12.3 original gravity.
Yeah, and they use two-row barley and caramel barley malt.
Yes.
And the hops are noble hops, and I got a list of those. It's 3 types. It's
the European noble hop.
Yeah, Magnum, Strisel Spalt, and Hallertau.
Yeah. It's kind of funny what they're calling the food parodies with this. Did you see that?
Yeah, fish tacos.
Brie cheese and grilled golden trout.
Yeah. Huh. There's a big, extensive section on the Anheuser-Busch website. If you really look into their website carefully,
Yeah.
And it has a long, long, long list of food pairings
Yeah.
with different beers. I mean, it's really interesting. They call it the Zithology section,
Yeah.
and there's a long. It's almost like a book, and there's a long section about how to pour beer and everything. I mean, it's fascinating. But the head on this beer didn't stay around too long, but you know, it's
I've still got it's about like you, just a small amount, maybe a quarter, 3/8 of an inch of a head on it.
yeah, it's 158 calories, by the way. Well, so give me the aroma because you've never had it. I can't believe it, but you never had it.
I've never had this one. It smells like a very light-bodied beer,
Yeah,
but they're calling it a full-bodied beer.
yeah, it's not a light beer because it's 158 calories. You know, Michelob Light is much lighter. Let me check.
Yeah, but
Let's see. Michelob Light is I know it's got to be around 110 calories. Oh, 122. Well, that's pretty heavy for a light beer. But what are you picking up in the aroma?
oh man, I'm telling you, I'm picking up some. Not much, really.
I'm picking up some sweet. I'm picking up sweet malts and a little bit of spice, and I guess that's from the hops. There is some spiciness in here when I'm picking up.
Yeah, just a slight bit though.
I let mine set out a little bit.
Mine sit out for about 10 minutes before I popped it open.
You had it, yeah, about the same as mine. Go ahead with the taste. I guess we may as well dive into it.
It tastes like a lager.
Yeah,
I've got a little bit of lacing on my glass, so.
same here.
But overall, it tastes like I'd say a medium-bodied lager beer. I mean, it's nothing over the top heavy.
No.
It's a very drinkable beer.
Yeah, I'm getting some. Thing I always noticed about Michelob, it's got sweetness, and you get this kind of. It's not heavy or anything, but it's like a little roastiness or something, you know.
Yeah.
The lady was talking about a little mild caramel.
I can taste some light caramel in it. But you said that the Anheuser give it 4.8. Beer Advocate gives it a 5. But
I think that was the old ABV on it. There was somebody that, I don't know, some troublemaker, I guess, or somebody that had used to work for Anheuser-Busch and he got terminated or whatever, and he was suing AB, saying that they were lying about their alcohol content. So they said, no, that's not true. But I noticed that they adjusted a lot of their alcohol levels, like a little bit, like a couple of yeah, and then they said, well, it can vary a little bit from batch to batch. It's never really a set number. That's what they said. And so maybe they went and did some research and found out that, heck, we thought it was 5 and we never checked for years, and turns out it's 4.8. I mean, I guess it could be something like that. I don't know.
Sure, I'm sure it could probably vary from batch to batch. I mean,
but yeah, I remember it being 5. I thought, and I thought Red Dog was 5 too, but Miller's saying that's 4.9. So, like, yeah, I guess that can vary. I don't know.
but overall, I mean, it's not a bad beer. I mean, Beer Advocate, the Beer Advocate gives it a 63, and the Bros give it a 69.
Yeah, they're saying poor. I don't think it's poor.
No.
It's got a light body. It's a little slick, a little bit, and it's a very crisp beer. Rate Beer is saying 3 out of 100. I don't get that. 3 out of 100.
I've seen that, yeah. I mean, I think it's a lot higher than that. But I mean, I'd like to try it on draft one time.
Oh man, I was at the brewery, and they had the Michelob Golden Draft and the Michelob Golden Draft Light on draft. It was so good. But I mean, that's every time, you go to these breweries and you're getting that fresh beer and it's cold and it's on draft and you're there during the summertime on a tour and you've been hot and everything. Oh man, it's so good. Now, I do think this is a step up above Budweiser. I've always thought that.
Oh, sure it is. Sure it is. But yeah, it's a step up by means. But didn't the Golden Draft, didn't they come out? That was trying to compete with the Miller Genuine Draft, right?
That's correct. That came out in '91. If you hold on, I'll show the audience. They make it in a clear bottle. Oh, here's a can of it.
See, I never seen the can of it. I only drank it in the bottle.
When I went to Minnesota, I went to a liquor store and they had 12-pack cans, so I bought that. And then I was in the Chicago area and I saw they had it was a 12-pack of bottles, and I bought that. And I bought the Golden Draft Light just to try it. And the bottles are you ever seen those bottles?
Yes. It's been a long time.
They got that funny glass design. It's like, I don't know what you call it, serrated or something.
Yeah.
And I think that beer is even lighter. I think the Golden Draft is 4.6. And it's made with an adjunct. The Michelob is not made with an adjunct. This is made with an adjunct. And this one is cold filtered, like you said. It's not pasteurized.
Yeah. I can remember it's cold
filter, yeah. And then the Michelob is pasteurized. So I don't know. It's like they're both called Michelob, but they're not the same beer at all.
Yeah.
I like them both, though. But
yeah.
It's only sold in the Midwest, the Golden Draft. It's a regional beer, whereas Michelob is nationwide.
See, I've not seen it around here forever. I just seen it around this area for back years ago in a short period of time where you only got like a couple 12-packs of it, and that was it. And then all of a sudden it disappeared. So it must not have been a big seller back then.
Yeah, I think they experimented with it. It was never in Louisiana, okay, so no one around here has ever heard of it. I mean,
yeah.
You can bring it up to people, and they say, sometimes they think it's like a trick, like they say, oh, you're making that up.
Yeah.
I tell them, I say, go look on the website. It exists.
Yeah.
It's the most popular beer in Minneapolis, which is strange, If you go to Minneapolis, there's huge billboards they call it Goldie Light.
Oh, yeah.
And they have TV commercials, radio commercials. You go to the Minnesota, the Minnesota Twins baseball game. That is the top beer that everybody's drinking, these 16-ounce white cans of the Goldie Light.
Yeah.
It's really strange, because you go anywhere else and it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, it's strange because you think a lot of these beers are just extinct and they're not around anymore. They're not. You get talking to people like you or other people say, that's plentiful here. Well, it's not been here for years.
Yeah, kind of like Coors Extra Gold.
Yeah, so you can't. I mean, it was limited around here a long time ago, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. So
that was common here, and then around 1998, it was gone.
Yeah.
I always liked the Coors Extra Gold a little bit better than the other Coors products.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
But what's your overall opinion of this Michelob since it was your first time, having it?
I thought it was I thought it was a light lager. I thought it had a good, crisp, clean smell to it and taste. Very good golden appearance. It's a buy again beer for me. I mean, I bought a whole 6-pack of them, and I'll finish them by means. Yeah.
So you see it around at stores for $11.99 a 12-pack. That seems pretty fair.
I think it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're getting a little bit better quality product than if you paid, say, $9.99 for a 12-pack of Budweiser.
Sure. I give $7 for 6 bottles. So I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you get a little better deal on the 12-pack, I think.
Yeah. But overall, I mean, I didn't want cans. I wanted bottles. So that's.
Wait a minute. Now you get cans up there?
I think we can. Yeah, cans. Yeah.
Yeah, we just absolutely get no Michelob beers in cans down here,
Yeah.
except for the Ultra. It's strange, because Jeff Lyons said, "Oh yeah, when we did our examination, he said, yeah, we got cans. It's so common, cans." And I said, I can't believe it. I couldn't
But
believe it.
I bought the bottles. I mean, $7 was a little high. It might
Yeah,
be a little high, but I mean, I'd much rather pay $7 for a 6-pack of Michelob than $7 for a 6-pack of Budweiser.
yeah. Oh yeah, that would be a ripoff. What was I gonna say? Dang it, I forgot. Oh, I can't remember. It was something. It was a good comment, I thought. But they tried to make other beers to compete with Michelob back in the 70s. That's an interesting thing. Schlitz made a beer to compete with Michelob. That didn't work out. Pabst Brewing Company made a beer to compete with Michelob, and it was called Ondecker. That didn't make it. Miller made a beer called Lowenbrow.
Yeah, I remember that.
That didn't make it, but it was all right, I thought. And I'm trying to think of anything else, but they were all that ultra premium. Go to the country club.
Sure, Lowenbrow was a big ultra premium beer.
Yeah, because remember the commercials. Tonight is kind of special.
Yeah.
So since tonight is kind of special, we need to drink Lowenbrow, not High Life.
Yeah.
And Michelob's tagline was "Weekends are made for Michelob."
Yes.
And that was like, and if you look at the old advertisements, it's always people at the country club, more well-heeled people, you see. Like Tom Beer Whisperer said, if you're at your house at a picnic, I mean not at a picnic, but if you're at your house on the back patio barbecuing, you drink Budweiser. If you did something really nice, if you were going on a nice date, you got Michelob. And I said, right, you're right.
But the Lowenbrow bottle had the big old long neck bottle with the big like cellophane thing or big spiral thing around the top of it. Looked real fancy.
Yeah.
And it was fancier than what it was, I think, but it was good.
Yeah, and they made a Lowenbrow dark, if you remember.
Yeah.
But it was
I don't remember the dark.
Yeah, it was a different. You do not?
I don't remember. The only thing I remember is just the Lowenbrow. I don't remember it dark.
Yeah, they used to sell that around here, and I was kind of a fan of it. But it was a different Lowenbrow than what they made in Europe. Okay, so that was my grandpa used to always complain about it. He'd say, they ruined Lowenbrow when they started making it. Miller ruined that beer, and I told him, I said, well, I never drank it before Miller had it. I like it,
Yeah.
but about 2 years ago I tried the real Lowenbrow from Germany.
Yeah.
Oh man, awesome. I know what my grandpa was talking about now. But anyway, it was interesting looking at this Michelob lager. I've got a couple of more in the fridge, and then I guess we'll look at something else. We were supposed to have another person join us. I don't know what happened there, but no use worrying about it. I'm
gonna give this beer an above a lawnmower beer.
Yeah, it's better than a lawnmower beer.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get Pabst Blue Ribbon for $9.99 an 18-pack for lawnmower beer. This is something I'm going to give if I have some people come over.
Yeah.
Now, I got to watch what I say because people might say, look, what are you talking about? You got to serve them something really good like Sierra Nevada Torpedo or what's another good beer? Founders Porter. But most people that come to see me, most people that would come visit me, they wouldn't drink it.
Yeah. No.
They wouldn't drink Sierra Nevada Torpedo, and they wouldn't drink Founders Porter. They'd say, ugh, that's gross. So most people I know, but they would like Michelob. They'd say, no, yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, I mean, I got friends that come over that wouldn't drink this beer, but I got friends that come over and I want this beer over a Founders Porter or I mean, so I got mixed emotions on friends on that, but most of them's going to take this over anything.
Yeah, I try to introduce my friends and family to craft beer, but I haven't really had too much success. I hate to say that, but I really have not. I'll say stuff like, try this one and try this craft beer, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's okay. But that Lord Chesterfield ale from Yingling was much better.
Yeah.
Or that Genesee cream ale was really good. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't get into it and try to berate people like, maybe back in the 90s I was always trying to pressure people to try all these
Yeah.
craft beers, but most people in my family, they just didn't like it.
Yeah.
So there's
I,
no use trying to bother people about it, I guess.
no, I mean, there's so many. There's, like I said a couple reviews ago, that there's breweries popping up on every corner anymore. You know,
Yeah.
and I hope and pray that one day that it doesn't bubble doesn't bust on it, but
Well,
we'll see.
I made that prediction,
Yeah. Yes, you did.
but that it's going to bust not because I'm against craft beer, because how can you have that many things coexisting? There's got to be some kind of breaking point, right?
Exactly.
So, but anyway, well, this was enjoyable, and I suppose we can do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
And I think we're going to have some more people next time.
Okay. We'll do another non-craft beer experiment next week.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me, and I appreciate all the viewers.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you, and good night.
Okay.